Greetings. This is a video I've intended to do for a couple of years actually. I've had the idea there, a difficult situation, but you know, it's been recent conversations that I've had with people that have made me feel that I should make a video on this subject. And it's the difficult procedure of going through family court. So you're in a relationship, you have children, the relationship doesn't work, it ends, you go your separate ways. Now, sometimes the parents can work together. I mean, I've seen this happen as I'm growing up. I've seen people separate and then they just share time. They work out a time to see each other, for each other to see the kids. But then I've also realized later in life that that doesn't always happen. Sometimes you get a parent that is angry and vengeful, like wants revenge. And the only thing that they've got to use is the kids. So they decide, you know what, they can't see the kids. There you go. That's my revenge. You can't see your own kids. That happens. It sounds unfortunate, but it does actually happen, believe it or not. It's a difficult thing to go through. It's unfair, but I'm going to give you some advice on how to go through that. So basically, you've got two parents. They don't agree. They can't make an agreement between themselves. So you go through a mediation process. If that doesn't work, or if the other one parent doesn't want to comply with the mediation process, then you have to go to court. My first bit of advice is finances. Prepare financially. If you're in a relationship that's ending, you know, even before, start saving money. Find a job. If you're in a low-paying job, get a high-paying job. Like, get your finances in order. Store up some money. Make sure you budget right down. Get rid of expenses you don't need. Like, you want to eat, sleep, and go to work. So anything outside of that, just get rid of it. You don't need subscriptions to anything. You don't need, spend money on the weekend. Just save every penny because you're going to need it. I did have a lawyer once suggest, you can always just leave your job and go through legal aid, which is a possibility, but I don't believe in that. And also the other thing is, I don't think it will work as well potentially. But the other thing is the habits that you develop going through family court, the financial habits you get, being able to find more income, a higher income, and being able to, live really frugally is really, a beneficial skill to have anyway. And once all the court's all over, you'll have that skill to take with you for the rest of your life. So try and increase your income as much as you can. Keep working at that. And try and save as much as you can because you're going to need it. Family court is bloody expensive. Is it fair? It doesn't matter. It's expensive. It's irrelevant whether it's fair or unfair. It's very expensive. And the only way to get through it is to either do it yourself, which can be very tricky and sometimes doesn't really work in your favor, or get a good lawyer, which is going to be very expensive. That's just how it is. So you want money for a lawyer. You may be paying child support. So that's another expense to consider. So you want to prepare financially. Trying to pay child support and pay for a lawyer at the same time is nearly impossible. So you've got to prepare financially. So that's step number one. Step number two, this is going to be a little bit more difficult for a lot of people, but I really think it's important. Just have compassion and understanding for the other parent. Even if they're doing the wrong thing, even if they're not letting you see your kids, they're angry. You're angry. You're both angry. You're both humans. Nobody's perfect. Are they doing the right or wrong thing? It doesn't matter. Just you need to have compassion for them. It's not a competition. Court's not a competition to see who the winner is. Family court is about letting the kids have beneficial people in their lives, the most beneficial people in their lives. And if both parents are good people, then the court wants the kids to have both of those people in their lives. If you're vindictive and bitching about the parent, like, oh, she did this, she did that, he did that, whatever, bitching about the other person, you're just going to look like a moron, you're going to look vindictive, and that's not going to work in your favor. On the other hand as well, like, you've got to understand that if your kids are with the other parent, be thankful that they're being looked after. Like, they're being looked after. If you've got to pay child support, just be thankful that you get to contribute and pay, you know what I mean? Like, you get to financially contribute to their lives. You might not see them, but you get to contribute to their lives and their well-being, which is why you brought them into the world in the first place. Which can be difficult to sort of think that way, especially when you're angry and you've got costs that are really difficult to afford. But I think it's important. I think it's going to serve you well. If you can keep positive about everything, be thankful that the mother's got some good qualities. You might think she's got bad qualities, or the father. You might think the other parent has good qualities, but also be thankful that they've got, bad qualities, but also be thankful that they've got good qualities and that they're being looked after. And be thankful that you're contributing financially if you're paying child support. Even today, when I've got the kids, I'm trying to put money aside for their future, and I'm also trying to get them what they need and provide for them. I'm still trying to provide for them as much as I can. So that's just part of life. When you have kids, you want to provide for them, and if that's child support, that's what it is. So you want to keep really positive about these things, and don't listen to other fathers that are bitter and think that it's a competition and that it's all corrupt, because that'll just get into your head. If you start thinking, oh, family court's corrupt and it's all about this and it's all about that, that's not going to have any benefit on the procedure, and it's certainly going to not have any benefit on you. You will just end up burnt. I know fathers that actually are finished with court. They get to spend time with their kids, yet they're still bitching about, it's so corrupt and this and that. But they've got the kids now. They get to see the kids, and they're still like, and they talk really bad about the whole system, which I can understand people's anger and frustration. But it is what it is. Is family court expensive? Yes. Is that bad? It doesn't matter. Is family court fair? I mean, you could make arguments that it's not fair, but it doesn't matter. It is what it is. It is how it is. That's the only thing you can utilise is family court. So that's the other thing. Also, when you're in court, it's not a competition. Make notes as well. Make notes. You want specifics. You don't want to, if something bad is happening to your kids or non-favourable, you want notes. You want dates, times, be specific. Because it doesn't matter what you say. If you haven't recorded it, it's just going to look like you're just coming up with things off the top of your head. So you want to be specific. You want to give examples. Also, having examples presents it in a very level-headed way. Rather than going, oh, they did this, they did that, you can just say, look, at this time, I'm concerned just because at this time this happened and this time this happened. I'm concerned about this. You can present it in a very level-headed way, and it's perfectly reasonable to be concerned about things if you're concerned. You just have dates, times, what you're concerned about. But it's not about they're bad. It's about I'm concerned about this. I want to do something, resolve this, because I'm concerned about my kids. Let's just say hypothetically, you had a parent that was beating up your children. You could say, I'm concerned about my kids obviously being in this situation. So you present it in a very level-headed way, and it will help you and it will help your process if you remain really level-headed. So that's the other thing. Be careful of fathers groups. I started joining different fathers support groups. I actually ended up pulling out of all of them because it's full of bitter fathers that are bitching and moaning and complaining. And that doesn't help you. That doesn't help you. Listening to people that are angry or think, yeah, go in there and you kick their ass and you tell them this and no, that's not going to work. It doesn't work like that, because the court will see this angry person that's just negative and bitter. You want to go in there level-headed. You want to be respectful. You want to be respectful of the other parent. And you just simply, all you're doing is you're going in there to show the court, to show the judge, to show everyone that's involved that you are a healthy, level-headed, sober, independent, productive person. That's all you're doing. You're just going there to show, look, I'm not seeing my kids at the moment, but I'm a healthy person. I have a good income. I am not bitter. I'm not angry. I don't care about a competition. I don't care about tittle-tattle and all this stuff between the other parent. The other parent has good qualities. I'm grateful they have good qualities. I'm paying child support. I'm grateful I can contribute. But I also have all these qualities that are going to be beneficial for my children. So obviously, being the father or the mother, it will be beneficial for the kids to be in your life. And that's all it is. That's all family court is. It's not about who wins. It's not about you making the other person look bad. It's about you making yourself look good, look level-headed, look responsible, Look like you can, when the kids are with you, they'll be around an adult that's, looking after their kids, that's focused on their kids. So that's how it works. That's how the attitude you've got to have when you go to family court. Some people would disagree, but that's up to them. But I went through family court. I feel like I had success with it. I get to see my kids, and I feel a big part of it was just my attitude and the fact that I didn't go in there angry. I wasn't trying to win anything. I was simply trying to make sure that I was included in the kids' lives. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. I've seen fathers that they've had services hang up on them, like the supervisors, supervision. You can get supervision with your children as a stepping stone towards seeing them. And the service is like hung up on them, refuse to speak to the father because the father's just so full of like this and that and that and that and that, which is the wrong way to do it. Like if services can't deal with you, if psychologists and other lawyers can't, are looking at you going, oh my God, that's how you're going to appear in court. So just go into court, make sure you got your finances in order, get prepared to spend a lot of money, make notes, be specific, and present it in a very level-headed way, and just have compassion for everyone that's involved, including the other parent, and you will make yourself look like a good parent, and things will work out for you that way. It's not a competition. You're not trying to make the other person look bad. You're trying to make yourself look good. So that's all I can really say. I didn't really structure this video. Again, I just press record, so it's all over the place. But that's my advice for going through family court. Thank you.